So I've been thinking about how important family is, to our society. When you go out there, you see lots of broken people. You see some with traumatic experiences, mental illnesses, and you still see some who are, okay, upright and honest and happy and all of that. So I've realized that what you see out there in the society is an offshoot of what's happened in their families. Some people grew up with very abusive parents or toxic families and all of that, and these incidents probably shaped them, their behaviors, and they come out and reflect that behaviors that were shaped, back then in their families. So it makes you realize that if you want a better society, you should probably start from your family. Be careful about what you say around your kids. Be careful about how you treat your husband, your spouse. So this whole family thing, it makes me remember, while growing up, you know, how as a kid, personally, I was very eager to have a friend. As a kid, you are new to so many things. You experience so many new things, and you probably need someone to talk to about these things too. Something happens in school, who do I talk to? Who do I tell about it? I'm thinking of something, who do I talk? You know, in those days, our parents were not really there, emotionally. Yes, they were there for you financially, they protected you, they provided for you, but then I don't think personally, these parents were not really there. You couldn't really talk to them, you couldn't really express yourself to them, and so you begin to look for friendships in the wrong places. And I think this is where the whole society thing comes in. You begin to make nasty friends, you begin to confide in foolish people who give you wrong advice. So it reminds me about a story I read this morning on the internet, on Facebook, about a 17-year-old boy. Last 9 years ago, a 17-year-old boy sold one of his kidneys to get an iPhone 4 or iPhone something. An iPhone 4 and an iPad 2 or something, one very stupid thing. 9 years ago. 9 years later now, he's about 20 something, and his kidney is the only kidney he has left is failing, and he's bedridden on dialysis and all of that. His parents are struggling to take care of him, and I can't help but think that it was his foolish friends that made him take that foolish decision. He sold a kidney to buy an iPhone and an iPad. Only a foolish friend can give a normal human being that kind of advice. So it makes me realize that parents have to be there for their kids. If not, you're going to raise foolish children. And also, aside being close to your children, another key thing is raising children with values, with moral values. Children that know what their values are and are bold enough not to compromise is very important, trust me, because as a kid, especially as a Nigerian kid, while growing up, you're taught never, that it's rude to say no. You can't say no, especially when to your elders. You have to be kind, you have to be polite, and so you see yourself swallowing everything thrown at you. But as you grow older, you realize that you should actually have values that that you should stand by, and there's nothing wrong with saying no. There's nothing wrong with stating your preferences and saying this is what I want, this is not what I want. Parents have to raise children with values, moral values that they can stand for, that would make them live happy lives, live proud lives, with good self-esteem. Bold children, confident children. So this is very important, because what you raise in your house, if you raise a goat, you raise a dove, you raise a cow, you raise a dog, whatever you raise in your house, it's what you're going to throw out to the society. And those outside are going to be faced with the challenge of having to deal with what you've raised. If you raise a beautiful child, a good child, they go out there and create positive change all over the world, and they make the world is better. If the whole world, if all the families in the world raise good children, the society is better. But when everybody's raising goats, everybody's raising corrupt children, everybody's raising timid children with self-esteem issues, with disorders, with trauma, they go out there and there's confusion. So trust me, marriage is a family. Let me not just say marriage. Family, marriage, whatever it is. It's a holy union that, is very important in the society. However, this is not to say that there are no mental illnesses or there are no genetic, causes of things that could cause, disorders or instability. But I'm talking about family, parenting, things that you probably have control over, things that you could do as a parent to, help the behaviors of your children, make them grow smarter and better, regardless of their own personal or genetic challenges, regardless of whether he's a special needs child, regardless of whether, he has a mental illness or something, regardless of anything. I think that as parents, we should do everything in our power to raise, good children that will add value to society. It is very important. And I think that in these days, parents are not taking these things seriously. They are not taking parenting seriously. And it's actually a serious affair. So, do whatever you can as a parent to raise good children.